What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning into the iTip Report. My name is Amai, the Ellis Publicist, and today I'm giving you, I think this is like my seventh vinyl review. So we're gonna get right into it. I want to salute all the DJs, producers, and I want to dedicate this vinyl review to all the soulful, legendary, as well as current male R&B singers. So my first vinyl review that I have for today is by the one and only Luther Vandross. I love this album. It's called Luther Vandross, The Night I Fell in Love. And The Night I Fell in Love, that tune reminds me, it's kind of upbeat. It reminds me of a Loose Ends tune. If you guys are familiar with Loose Ends, they were a trio group from London who put out phenomenal music. So hopefully I can find a record of it because I don't have a record. But anyway, Luther Vandross, The Night I Fell in Love, very mellow, kind of up-tempo beat, and I love it. Also, it's he had another song called It's Over Now, which they did a old school video. So if you go on YouTube, you will see It's Over Now video, and it's Luther at his finest. In the beginning stages, you know, a lot of times people say, "Oh, I like the little Luther, I like the big Luther," but with this album, when it came out in 1985, that was the beginning stages of Luther, when he was like, you know, in between, a little bit of chubbiness, you know, but just a talented human being. He also had another tune that I like, which was Wait for Love, which was just very mellow and nice. Anybody that's familiar with Luther, producers, DJs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This album, like I said, came out in 1985, and it was put out by Epic Records. For some reason, it doesn't have a jacket, but it's still in good condition. So I wanted to show you guys the front of the label of the vinyl album. And as you can see, I love the label. This is truly a classic Epic Records label. And that's side 1, as you can see. And then you can see side 2. So, and then you see the back of this. This album has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 tracks on it. That's really dope. And all the songs were produced by Luther for Vandross Ltd. And you know, Luther is a phenomenal songwriter because he's written for a lot of different people. And Luther Vandross, for some of you guys don't know, he's won 8 Grammys. And, you know, salutes to Luther, to his life and legacy, and, you know, rest in peace to him. My next vinyl that I have for you is by the one and only Donny Hathaway. I found this album, and it's pretty much the best of Donny Hathaway. I'm going to tell you right now, this artist, legendary artist, has been sampled by so many producers. It is ridiculous. Tracks that he have up here are You Were Meant For Me, which is a phenomenal track. Woo! The songwriting on that is phenomenal. You Were Meant For Me was written by William Peterkins, and produced by Donny Hathaway, and it was recorded in 1978, which is, you know, back in the 70s era. Another song that I really like that you guys might be familiar with is A Song For You. It's very classic. It has, when it first starts off, it has like a piano stroll. It's very, you could, if you're a producer, you could flip that track and make it a hip hop track, because it's so many different sample parts in it that you could take and make something phenomenal. Another track that I like is track number 4, Someday We'll All Be Free. I mean, he has some really, really legendary songs on here. He has The Ghetto, Donny Hathaway, and Roberta Flack. One thing I learned about Donny Hathaway is that he was born in October 1st, 1945, and he's a Libra like me. Unfortunately, in 1979, he committed suicide. Well, they said it was suicide. I don't know. I was doing research on his death, and they said he jumped out the window, but that, to me, that's just a little strange. He jumped out of a window at a time when his career was just about to even take off even more. But unfortunately, we always lose good artists. So this album came out in 1978, and it's Atlantic Recordings. And as you can see, I love the cover. Producers, you have to have this. DJs, music lovers. And then it has about 8 songs, the best 8 songs of Donny Hathaway. And you see the album cover, I love that. It's just so classic. And then I wanted to pull out the jacket. The jacket is in really good condition. The Atlantic Group. You see how fresh that is? And then you can see the best of Donny Hathaway. Actually, they have in stereo, so you can see that. And then the ATC Atlantic Company, you can see that. The labeling is dope, but the jacket is just fresh. It looks like it hasn't been even used, and this record is in excellent condition. So I wanted to show that to you. And as you know, he has daughters. I think he has, I don't even want to say, but I don't even want to say how. I think he has 3 daughters. But as you know, one of the daughters is Layla Hathaway, and she is phenomenal. When I say phenomenal, she's phenomenal. She has great vocals. And she's on the new, Layla Hathaway is on the new Robert Glasper album. You need to check that out. If I'm not mistaken, she did the remake of the Sade, one of the Sade classics. But check out that Robert Glasper is dope. So, yes, Donny Hathaway is the best. Now, let me tell you something. My last one, oh my God. It's like my last vinyl is phenomenal. It's by my icon, the legendary Barry White. And before I even show you this album cover, I live in Queens right now, which I've been living here for a while, from Brooklyn. And I recently found out, probably like last year, that the road manager lives on my block that used to manage Barry White. So salutes to her. And so she was giving me some, pointers in the beginning stages of me doing management, stuff like that. And she was telling me some stories about Barry White. I was like, wow. So she was his manager for about 14, 15 years. That's legendary. When I seen this cover I'm about to show you guys, I was like, if this ain't some boy stuff, if this ain't I'm regulated, I don't know what is. But let me show you this cover. Do you see this cover? If that is not awesome, you know what I'm saying? Look, guys. You see Barry White standing there. Like, what? And he has, like, an entourage of 1, 2, 3, 4 different beautiful women. And he's like, yeah, I am the man. This album is called The Love Unlimited Orchestra, which is a classic album. It's Rhapsody in White, arranged and conducted by Barry White, featuring the love theme. Producers, DJs, and music lovers. If you don't have this vinyl, I don't know what to tell you right now. You need to get this. This is a classic vinyl. And the picture, oh my, when I seen the picture, I was like, I got to have this vinyl. The picture is so stunning. stunting right now. I know that's a old school saying, stunting. I don't want to say swag because I don't really like that. But yo, you see the cover? I have to, sorry for the glare, guys, but do you see that? That picture is phenomenal. They in front of a pool. They're by a pool. He's in front of the pool. And that looks like a loft somewhere in Cali, probably. One thing that I learned about the life and legacy of Barry White is that he was from Texas. I didn't even know he was. I don't know. For some reason, I thought maybe he was from Chicago or something. But he's from Texas, and he's a two-time Grammy Award winning. I'm kind of shocked with that because with Barry White, I would think even up there with Luther with a lot of Grammys. But he is a two-time Grammy Award winning producer. And actually, he was one of the first official conductors of an orchestra. And let me tell you guys, his orchestra was 40 pieces. That's like 40 people. Not 40 pieces. 40 people. And he pretty much produced this album, conducted, and arranged it. And I'm going to tell you something. If that is not gangsta, I don't know what is. Also, one thing I learned about Barry White, he was born in September 12th. He is a Virgo. So, shouts out to the Life of Legacy. He died, unfortunately, July 4th, 2003. Of heart complications. And another thing that I learned about him, look at the cover in the back. I just want to turn around the back. One thing I learned about him, that he was in jail. He was a part of a gang, and he was in jail for stealing Cadillac tires and $30,000 worth of Cadillac tires. I'm like, what? But after he got out of jail, he quit the crime life. And he became a singer, a producer, and then eventually a conductor. So this album came out in 1973. And it was released by 20th Century Records. And like I said, this album cover is phenomenal. And then you look at the back. That looks so fun. Like a more of a cartoon glare type of thing. And let's see, the cover is like so old school, but you can see 20th Century Records. And then I wanted to show you real quick the vinyl, which this is just so classic. And that's side 1, as you can see. Sorry for the glare, guys, as always. And that's side 2. So, like I said, Barry White was the first phenomenal dude to come out with a 40-piece orchestra. So, I mean, I love all his music. I even have a box set of it. And my favorite song on here, I'm going to tell you right now, is Midnight in You. That song, when I say Midnight in You, is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. He has, in the beginning of the song, he has a saying that there is no place in this world that I'd rather be than right here with you. Midnight and You. What? So, salutes to the life and legacy of Barry White. He is one of my icons. And this has about 8 tracks on it, as you can see. And thank you guys for tuning into my vinyl review. I will see you next week with another vinyl review. Take care and God bless.